Bitcoin. Should you be buying it right now? Well, someone who knows a lot more than me about Bitcoin did a chart for you last night. Sensei Crypto. This is the chart. You may have missed it. It's just come out. I'll put the link at the end of this video. So watch to the end and I'll give you his thoughts. I'll give you the link to his video. But he knows. He meets the people that work on the projects. I strongly recommend you join Sensei every Sunday for his live show. But I also made about 10 videos from his show last night and put them out for all the charts for all the different videos. Now then, should you be buying Bitcoin or not? Well, we are running a poll. We run a poll nearly every day for all the stocks that we run, that we own and invest in on our community tab. We have our very own X. It's our very own Facebook, if you like. This is it here. If you go to the top of the homepage and you scroll across, you'll find community. Now, the power of this is you can see what investors are saying about the stocks they own. You can see what they like, whether they think it's going up, whether it's going down, all the rest of it. And these are real investors, not pump and dumpers and scammers and trolls and bots. These are real investors. And the poll about Bitcoin, I'll just do a little bit of a spoiler, is Bitcoin going to 100,000? 100 votes now. It's very popular. 71% of you saying it's yes. Now, these are very important polls because they rank on Google. You can actually see our polls on Google. So we rank for these now, which is great. And people can vote for them, and it gives an indication of what's really going on, as opposed to what YouTubers will tell you about the stock. And you know, if they're Cryptos or us or BitBoy back in the day, they'll always tell you what's good for their videos and what's good for their views. I don't. I only own the S&P 500. But let me give you my thoughts on BTC anyway. We're not going to go into the should you own it or not, is it a good asset or not. That's a day for a different video. But should you buy it now? Is it going $100,000? Probably. More than likely, probably. But you need to consider a few things. You can't buy Bitcoin in your IRA. You can't. You can buy an ETF, but you can't buy Bitcoin in your IRA. So if you buy it now at 82,000, and obviously people are, and I've no idea why, I bought it at 15. I've no idea why anyone is buying it at 82. Why did you wait until the bull market started? Why didn't you buy it in the bear market? I don't understand it, but people now get excited because it's going up. I got excited when it was going down. I bought it at 15. I sold it, made a profit. At 70, I'm out of it now. I don't care. And I measured the reason why I sold it at 70 was the amount of tax I'd pay, which is what I'm going to come on to now. If you buy it now at 82,000, you're buying it at an all-time high. Not a problem with that. I buy the S&P at all-time highs all the time. If it's a great asset, it's going up, I don't care. I'm buying it at an all-time high. Doesn't matter. People with greater information than me are buying it today. Institutions are buying it today. And people will buy it. People will buy it 100,000. But isn't it better to buy it in a bear market? Have patience. In the bull market, you sit and watch. In the bear market, you get busy. I think it's a bit daft to chase the stock when it goes up, or the coin. I think it's best to buy it on the way down if you like it. Anyway, that's just me. But here's the kicker. This is why I won't be buying it. First of all, I only own the S&P anyway, for the balance of my portfolio and credibility of my channel, so I could be known as the guy who's not pumping and dumping, as opposed to the YouTubers who just want to sell videos. That's the first thing, so I won't buy it for that reason. But second of all, if you bought Bitcoin today at 82,000, the chance of it going down is greater because it's at an all-time high and people could trim off, then you'd be out of the money. Okay, let's assume it goes up, which it probably will. Go to 100,000. So you make yourself about 18% profit. You can make that in the next 12 months on the S&P anyway, without the risk and without the tax implication. What I mean by that is, if you buy Bitcoin today, you've got to buy it on your brokerage account. You've got no choice. It goes up 18%, and you go, great, it's hit 100,000. Shall I sell it? Well, you might want to sell it. Millions of people will, because psychologically it's a moment in time that people will take profit. So you sell it at 100,000, it goes back down again. Great, that's when I'd be buying it. But if I was buying it at all, but if you then sell it, you've made 18% profit or something like that. Let's just call it that, whatever. And you sell it, you're going to pay 20% tax because of short capital gains tax. You might be lucky and only pay 15, but most people are going to pay 20% tax on that. To me, that's not a good idea. And I'll tell you why, because most of you go, oh, I don't care paying tax on my gains. I don't mind doing that. Well, you might when you consider this. And no one ever considers this. If you buy the S&P, you can own it forever. Just say, for example, because it can never go to zero. Can't go bankrupt, can it? It's the US economy, right? Can't go to zero. It's never going to go zero. And over history, many years, since the beginning of time, in fact, economies have always gone up. So you're not going to lose your money, 100%. With a crypto asset, you can. Now, if you do buy it now at 82 and you do sell it at $100,000 and you have made a profit, what you're going to do, which most people will do because they will feel like they're invincible and they're really clever and they know better than everyone else, right? They will sell it. They will then probably buy an altcoin. They will probably buy something more risky, thinking we're in a bull market. I thought the bull market wasn't starting until 25, which is correct, what everyone is expecting. So, because of that, they will then buy something else, maybe an altcoin, maybe Dogecoin, maybe Shiba Inu, whatever. Much more risky, with much more potential gain with the profits they've made. Now, here is the problem. So far, everyone's winning, everyone's happy, everyone's making money, everyone thinks it's great. However, things get a little bit different all of a sudden, and this is what happens. You bought at 82, you've sold at 100, you've made some profit, fantastic. You've now got out and bought something else. That asset has now not worked out because it won't always work out every time. It's now down, and bearing in mind how high this could fall now. This is what scares me. How high could this fall? When it can fall a bloody long way and you're out with the money on your next trade, not this one. End of the year, Robinhood, Coinbase, they report to the IRS that you sold your Bitcoin and you made 15% profit. You now owe the tax. You've not got the money though, because you took the profit, reinvested it on another crypto asset. That's now gone down because you bought in a bull market rather than buying in a bear market. You can't get out and you can't pay your tax bill. Then what happens? The final part of the puzzle is you have to sell for a loss to pay your tax bill. This is the part that YouTubers do not explain. This is the part that Cryptos Are Us, BitBoy back in the day, would not have told you. They just tell you all the good stuff and leave the bad stuff out. The end of the day, you now are down overall, and being down overall is what it's all about. No one cares, and you shouldn't care, that you made a profit today. It's like I'm very happy sitting here at a loss at the moment on Coca-Cola, loving it, absolutely loving it, waiting for January the 1st to buy more of Coca-Cola on my Roth IRA to ultimately make a 5 to 10% profit, tax-free, real money, real profit, to then buy the S&P. So just consider, if you are buying Bitcoin today, and millions around the world are, I bet you 99% of those that buy it today will lose money. Now you'll go, well, what about Michael Saylor, the big institutions? They're not losing money. No, they're not. They're not losing money. Why? Because they drive the market. The problem is with Bitcoin is it's nearly all owned by a handful of people. Michael Saylor, BlackRock, and others. They can move the market. They can buy it and it shoots up. They can sell it and it shoots down. When you buy it, when you sell it, nothing happens. So you are a completely useless soldier. You are standing on the front line like the drummer boy, banging your drum, doing nothing. You can't change the direction of the war, and you get shot in 3 seconds. Whereas the general right at the back, Peter Saylor, BlackRock, they're sat behind the army. They're sat on their horse at the back on the top of the hill, looking down at all the little minions driving up their stock. When they buy, it goes up. When they sell, it goes down. And the difference between you and Michael Saylor and BlackRock is they don't need to sell. They don't pay tax. They hold it forever. You, on the other hand, are looking to exit it. They're not. And when they finally do, which they may one day do, maybe they will, maybe they won't. When Michael Saylor or BlackRock suddenly sell all their Bitcoin, boom, it's going down 95%. It won't go to zero. It can't go to zero because most of the retail investors who are out, who got out or whatever, who lost their keys, who lost their wallet or whatever they did, because people do, they make mistakes all the time. People message me all the time. How do I fix my seed phrase? How do I recover my crypto in my wallet? Blah, blah, blah. All of that Bitcoin is locked up forever, never going anywhere. So it won't go to zero, but for all intents and purposes, your investment has gone to zero. So if you are thinking of buying Bitcoin today, consider everything. Consider everything. Don't listen to people on YouTube telling you it goes up forever, you can all get rich, and blah, blah, blah. Listen to Sensei, who speaks to the managers of crypto. He knows, and he buys it in the bear markets. He doesn't buy it in the bull market. Real investors buy it when it's down, when it's on sale, not when it goes up. And the reason why that is because those that understand the asset, those that know what it is, are not afraid when it goes down. Those that have no idea about it whatsoever, no clue at all, see it going up and get FOMO and miss out. Oh, I'm missing out. I'm missing out. I've got to buy it. Those are the fools. Now, even if you think, well, I'm not a fool, I know it's going up, all right. Just remember what I just said. If you buy it now, what about the next 2, 3, 4, 5 steps? Plan it out in your head. And if you can get to step 5, the last point in the strategy, ahead and up, then go for it. If you can't, and if you do those calculations, and it's why I've done those calculations and why I'm not buying it, then don't buy it. Don't have FOMO. In fact, when I first started, I was full of FOMO. I was always regretful of not doing things, always feeling, oh, I wish I'd done that. Now I look at it and realize every day I miss out on opportunities. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What matters is I take care of the money I do have. I focus on not losing money through tax and everything else. Then I make money by default. If your focus is making money, I promise you 99% of day traders on crypto will lose money. If your focus is on discipline and not losing money, you won't lose money. You'll consistently make money. Look at my portfolio. Started with 5,000. I'm now at 132,000. Today, I don't have FOMO anymore. I used to, but now what I have is real delight and happiness, honestly, in seeing it go up, even though I'm not in it. Leah owns some, so she's quite chuffed, but I'm really happy for all of you. I don't need to be in it. I can sit back and wait for the right time to enter it. This is not that time. And I have a strategy where I can buy assets and not lose it through tax, not lose it through FOMO, not lose it by the exit plan onto the next stock and the next asset and so on. It's a long-term plan from getting from here to the end of the decade with $1 million. And I won't do that by chasing every FOMO instinct and emotion. So consider all these things before you buy crypto or any asset for that matter. But if you're not in it and you're merely a spectator, be happy for those that are in it. I am absolutely delighted. I'm thrilled to bits because many of you own Bitcoin and I'm loving. I can't wait for it to go to 100,000. I hope many of you, find a way to make money from it. May I suggest in my final thoughts, if you were buying Bitcoin and you wanted to be able to sell it for a profit and not lose all your profits in a more measured, more disciplined approach, either find an ETF which you can buy in an IRA or perhaps Coinbase. Because Coinbase goes up when Bitcoin goes up, but Coinbase is a regulated asset. It has strict conditions. It has a great balance sheet, and you can buy it as a stock in your IRA and sell it. I would perhaps suggest that, but that's another video for another day. Anyway, click above my head for all the links. Down below in the description, I will give you Sensei's full chart analysis. If you want the full charts on it, I will give that to you now. If I show you here is the chart. I'll give you the link for it, but you can go and see this one and all the others. Here it is. There it is. What I'll actually do is give you two links, one for this one, but also the playlist, Sensei of Investor Street, the Oracle of Investor Street, all his charts that he's done just in the last 24 hours. We've just put these out for all your favorite stocks, so you might like to go and check that out. All right, so links for all that also down below in the description, also pinned to the comments. Over here, I shall put the chart for Sensei, but I'll also down here put his playlist for all the charts he's done, and it will back up from a technical point of view my fundamental way of looking at the stock. So bring the two together and I think you might have all the information that you need to be able to play this stock. Till next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.